I'm going to be doing my Chinook Salmon project in the spring for a couple different reasons. One reason is that the classic biology curriculum, we start small and get big. So what that means is that we start with cells and then gradually move to ecology, which is a much more holistic part of the curriculum versus the cellular side, which is obviously a lot smaller. The other reason is that even though I teach at a charter school and we focus on project-based learning, our students do take STAR tests, and in order to best prepare students for STAR testing, it helps to cover the majority of the material that they'll be tested on early and then come back to it and review that material right before the STAR tests. And unfortunately, well, maybe not unfortunately, but it just so happens that ecology is not a huge part of the STAR tests. Therefore, we put a lot of emphasis on the cellular side of biology and a little bit less emphasis on the ecological side of biology. One way to explain what project-based learning is to compare it to a more conventional type of learning where you have the content that you're going to teach. And that content is the primary focus of what's learned in the classroom, what's taught in the classroom. And then once the content has been taught, students will go out and use that information and do a project. When we look at project-based learning, we teach the content within the framework of a project. So one way to visualize that is we have the project, and then within that we have the content. Another important component of project-based learning is that it should be rigorous, relevant, and challenging. I'm going to focus first on the relevance of the project, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to go out and talk to the students and ask them what they currently know about salmon and also what they think would help them to get excited, to be motivated, and engaged in working on a project that would help the endangered Chinook salmon in our area.
Actually have salmon, instead of just looking at videos about them or just reading about them, actually being able to kind of get a more hands-on experience.
I think it would be fun, to take groups, and, kind of learning at it, being our own kind of scientists and, study them, take out trips, salmon and kind of look at their environment and kind of figure it out and, write down our data and think about it. I think that would be fun.